Hello, I'm Jarrad Arbuckle of Advanced Self-Defense Concepts, and today we're going to be reviewing the new collaboration between Greg Moffitt and Scott Babb, Libre Fighting's new knife, the Bastard Child. A few weeks ago, I was in Boise, Idaho, teaching a Cerberus skill set course alongside Fieldworks and Grizzly Medical. Unbeknownst to me, I didn't realize that Greg Moffitt himself would be there. During the course, he asked if I would be willing to test the new knife from Libre Fighting, the Bastard Child. I, of course, agreed and was honored to do so. Right off the bat, I noticed that this was a very interesting design. It seems to lend itself a lot of from Southeast Asia of a Chris style blade. Holding this knife, I realized that this has some significant heft to it. I myself like a knife on the heftier side, just that I know it's there. The thickness of this blade is quite significant, and I believe the reason for is this upswept tip, which I also very much enjoy. This tip allows itself very much for, if you're a Libre practitioner, for what we have are ascending eye flicks. The next thing you notice is with that Chris style design, that belly of that. To me, that lends itself very well for our pendulum motions in Libre, where it allows to scoop, pull, and then the bite would be the belly lacerating through that. With the handle, usually I'm not a big fan of choils on knives, but this actually lent itself really well to feeling very secure in my hand, whether it was in the Pikal or scythe grip as we call it, or also the ripcord grip. It can be held in a forward hammer grip traditionally. It doesn't feel too awkward, but definitely these are built around these style grips. The handle is, I believe, G10 scales. There's enough texture here where it feels good in the hand, but not overly abrasive. In terms of the sheath and carrying options, I have yet to see the finished design of what the sheath will be. I would consider this kind of a mid-sized knife in my eyes, which would be still manageable for an easy carry. So I like that. Like I said, I like heftier style knives. This is a very sturdy knife. During the Cerberus skill set course, we have a portion where we allow people to test things on the organic medium. We put the Bastard Child to the test, and it was very surprising how well it performed. In the terms of stabbing and puncturing, the tip held up extremely well. It had a massive penetration power. As you can see, there's no kind of deformities of the tip, and we put it through the motions, to say the least. The idea of ripping and lacerating, it also knocked it out of the park on that. One thing I wouldn't consider this knife is a utility knife. This isn't a knife that I would cut boxes with or do bushcrafting with. The design of this is based around function, and that function is combatives and self-defense. To me, a lot of this knife is the personification of our Libre principles put into a blade. If you've already seen glimpses of this knife and it has piqued your interest, let me tell you that holding it's a whole different animal. It's a lot more satisfying. The more I hold this knife, the more and more I like it. If you're interested in a quote-unquote fighting knife, or especially if you're a Libre practitioner, this needs to be on your radar. It's dropping soon. I can't wait to see what you guys think about this, and I would like to say a special thank you to Greg Moffitt and Scott Babb for entrusting me to be one of the first people to actually hold this knife and test it. Talk to you guys soon.